As the Youth Development Program of the Cooperative Extension Services land-grant universities, 4-H is the nation's largest development organization, empowering 6 million young people throughout the United States. An event is coming up in Polk County, and the local chapter could use your help. All the details coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Jeremy Moretti, and with me today is Amanda Squitieri, who is the 4-H agent for IFAS Extension Polk County. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, thanks so much for coming in. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff that you guys have coming up, specifically coming up in April with the 4-H program. And but if you can't give us, to start off for folks who aren't familiar with 4-H, what it is, and what you guys do with the kids here in Polk County.
Sure. Like you mentioned, 4-H is the youth program of the University of Florida, IFAS Extension, and there's different programs that we have for kids, and it's ages 5 to 18, and they can join local community clubs. We have residential summer camps, and then we also do special interest programs for kids as well.
Okay. Now, is this done through the schools, or in just kind of like an extracurricular activity like you would do Boy Scouts or something like that?
It's an extracurricular activity. It's not tied to the school system, but we still have clubs that use the school as a facility to host clubs. Okay. Or we have like in-school 4-H clubs, but it's not tied to the schools, but we're definitely involved in the schools and do also some school enrichment programs with the schools.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about what you guys have coming up for the 4-H competition in April.
Yes. In April 1st, we have our 4-H County Events Day, and it's really an exciting event. There are competitions for youth ranging from speeches, demonstrations, performing arts, photography, and poster art. So there's a whole range of competitions that our youth members are involved in. And this is the precursor for the ones who can go into the district level of competition, which is in May. So we're really selecting the kids that we want to represent Polk County to the district level and eventually to the state level as well. Okay.
Well, if you can kind of take us through a little bit about what folks could expect to see. Also, I know you guys are looking for volunteers as well, but what they could expect to see. What are some of these performances, the art, the speeches, what are those things that they're putting together?
The basis of 4-H County Events Day is it's a communication event. So we're really building the marketing skills, the social skills, and the communication skills in youth. So they can select to do speeches or demonstrations, illustrated talks on animal science, plants, gardening, science, technology, outdoor skills. So whatever they've been working on throughout this year in their project area, they're going to give a demonstration on that to show that they've really mastered or learned something in that project to be able to share with it.
Is that done with an audience?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have volunteers who serve as judges, and they're the ones who are, writing comments, constructive feedback for the youth to improve their speeches. They're grading them and placing them, and the winners, they select the winners to go on to the district level. And the audience is, their family members, their other 4-H members who are supporting them, and then the judges who are the volunteers who are, writing feedback and supporting them and helping them in their speeches.
Okay. What are some of the speeches from past years that the kids have done?
There's one on, poultry nutrition. There can be some on, woodworking projects, like how to build a bat house. How to actually give a demonstration is another one, and it's all relating back to what they've learned in 4-H, so how they have learned.
So when they're going through this, are they doing the actual demonstration while they're speaking, or is it more of just the speaking engagement? Like for a how-to type of thing?
Both. So like a demonstration would be like, let me show you how to do something, and then you have an end product, like let me show you how to make a cake, and they'll have like the steps and go through it with you, and then here's my cake. Okay. And there's illustrated talks where it's just really sharing information, and they don't really have the step-by-step, but it's a more like a broad sense of, let me talk to you about poultry or gardening, or let me talk to you about, I don't know, science and technology.
Okay. Well, what about the performances? What types of things do you have for that?
That's another category that youth can enter, and we call it Share the Fun. And it features dancing, vocals, instruments, theatrical performances, and that's really just a fun event where it's anything that they can do on a stage, either individually or with a team. And similarly, there's judges for that category as well. So they're really rating the act itself as far as, they don't like pick a dance one, they don't pick a vocal one, it's the act of which one demonstrates, the best performing arts.
Okay. So in all this, you also have the photography as well. Now, is that do you have different categories for those that when they do
Yes.
their entries, like landscape, portrait, that type of thing?
There's different categories for photography. There's scenic, plants and floral. There's one that they could do a series of photos, like 3 or 5 photos showing a story. There's 4-H theme, black and white, people, and that's a really popular entry is photography. It's just, we have so many entries, so it's another.
Is that one that's been growing as
Yes.
digital photography has become more popular?
I would say so, and they can submit 5 entries. So, I mean, we have, I think last year we had over 120 photo entries that needed to be judged. So that's a thing that we also need volunteers for, and that's done electronically. So we would send the pictures out to the judges to follow a rubric to judge each photo, again, make some comments, help the youth with their project to develop their skills in photography and their art.
All right. So now you guys are looking for volunteers for all of this. Now,
Yes.
the volunteers, judging performances, photography, artwork, are you looking for folks that are in those fields to do the judging or have backgrounds in there?
It would be nice, but not necessarily. For
Okay.
each category, they're given a score sheet. So it's really just being able to follow the score sheet, being able to give them points or allocate the proper amount of points. So at least having some background in public speaking or how to give constructive feedback to kids. We're not looking to crush their dreams, so it really to motivate them, and it helped them grow in their public speaking and communication skills. So definitely having interest in kids, having an interest in public speaking, and if they have an interest in gardening or background in science, like we definitely want to place those in the categories where those kids are as well, so they can give them more points.
Okay. So now this is all coming up April 1st. So got a little while to recruit those folks. Where do they go and how do they find out about the volunteer opportunities you guys have open?
We would like to secure judges in mid-March. So we have our website, we have that has all the information. They can contact me or the 4-H office to learn more about where we need volunteers or where that they could serve and volunteer. So there's judging opportunities, like I mentioned. There's also room monitors, so they're the ones who keep track of the time of the demonstrations. They monitor the room flow in and out, so people don't walk in when a youth is giving a presentation. So we also need people helping to monitor the rooms and help score, so adding up all the scores, helping to organize the awards, and with the food. So we also serve refreshments to the competitors, so helping with setup and cleanup for the food as well. So there's a lot of different opportunities to volunteer, and those information they can gain or get that information from contacting the 4-H office.
Okay. Now from they get all that information. The competition is it's just a one-day competition, correct?
Yes.
Okay. After there is the district competition. Now, how many folks will move on from the local to the district?
We typically have, I would say, at least 20 youth that go on to the district level, and that's a competition where we compete against our surrounding 4-H counties, and it's all the blue ribbon winners in the speech and demonstration. So if they get a score of 90 to 100, they'll automatically move on in their speech categories. And then same thing for photography and post art, but they kind of jump straight to the state level of competition.
Okay.
And that's another opportunity that'll be hosted in Riverview in May, is the district competition.
Okay. Now, once the the volunteers, you selected everybody. What kind of training or whatnot do you put them through?
Once we have identified volunteers interested, we'll give them some guidelines and give them the resources like the score sheet to look over, the kind of layout of what we're looking for the youth to gain. The day of the competition before it starts, we do a volunteer orientation, so we'll go over all of that information, go over what you're looking for in their presentations, how to make positive comments on their score sheet, and orientate them to their roles and responsibilities. They get that beforehand, either mailed or emailed to them, so they can look over that before the competition, and then we go over it that same day beforehand.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Sure do appreciate having you here, and look forward to coming out and seeing the competition going on.
Thank you.
4-H invites you to volunteer for their County Events Day, Friday, April 1st from 5:15 to 9 p.m. at the UF IFAS Extension Polk County office at 1702 US 17 South in Bartow. 4-H County Events is an opportunity for 4-H members to showcase their project work and talents while developing communication skills. It consists of demonstrations, performances, poster art, and photography. Volunteers are needed to serve as judges who evaluate and comment on presentations, performances, and artwork. Room monitors who keep time and monitor traffic in and out of the rooms. Scorekeepers for calculating and organizing the winners. Food servers for refreshments for the attendees. For more information, give them a call at 863-519-1043 or look them up on the web at florida4h.org/Polk.